People are picking up their pitchforks going, hang on a second, why is this number not 6 times of that? And it seems like it's costing us more than 6 times the Dream Shards in order to use this new Candy Boost feature that's only for a limited time during the Holiday 2023 event. Welcome back to another Pokemon Maths video. It's Brovini here. Let's do some quick maths. 5462 times 6 is not the number that's displayed for the Dream Shard cost with the Candy Boost feature. We get 32,000 as opposed to 36,000. And this definitely is not an isolated case. But I'm here to tell you that's normal. And the Dream Shard cost is exactly 6 times. It's just that the way the developers have decided to show you the cost is a bit funny, because this whole feature is a bit weird to begin with. So let's take a look at what actually makes up this number in the standard side. And we're going to use gulping here as our example. Now what I do know is that at level 21, the cost per candy for Dream Shards is 81. And as we level up, that number increases. So if I were to drop 20 candies, the Dream Shard cost would be 81 times 20, which adds up to be 1,620. But the key here is to note that I haven't leveled up. So what happens is if I turn on the Candy Boost feature and I hypothetically add 20 candies to this gulping, the displayed number that says standard is 1620, which is exactly what we got earlier when we calculated the cost if we were to invest 20 candies in this gulping. But because of the Candy Boost feature, the gulping has already reached the next level. Before, when we dropped 20 candies, it was still level 21. But using the Candy Boost feature, it reaches the next level twice as fast. And as I said earlier, it costs more Dream Shards once you level up. In other words, what's displayed here is the cost of Dream Shards if you were to invest the same amount of candies compared to the Candy Boost. But because the Candy Boost feature reaches the next level quicker, the Dream Shard cost is no longer 6 times 81 once it reaches the next level. And I'm going to prove that to you. Because if we look at only dropping 10 candies to gulping, you will see that 10 times 81, which is what we expect, is 810, is correctly multiplied by 6 to reach 4,860, as you can see on my calculator. In other words, the number that's displayed is going to be exactly times 6 of the standard cost for the Candy Boost feature if you stay within the same level. But as soon as you cross to the next level, within the Candy Boost number, that feature, you're being charged more Dream Shards compared to the standard because the standard hasn't reached the next level yet. And that is what the difference between this number and this number times 6 is. And I'm going to prove to you that you're not being overcharged for your Dream Shards by investing in this gulping. So if I were to drop 30 candies on this gulping without actually using the Candy Boost feature, so 1, 2, and 3, that's 30, and you do the maths here, the Dream Shard cost is 2,450. So if we go to the Candy Boost feature and drop 30 candies, again it will say that the standard cost is 2,450. So that's how you get the standard number. Now let's try and actually get this number. What I'm going to do is I'm going to invest into this gulping using the Candy Boost feature, 30 candies in total. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it just enough candies to reach the next level. And it will tell me that the Dream Shard cost with the Candy Boost feature is 6,318, which actually works because to get the standard number, it's 81 times 13 candies, which is what I needed to reach the next level with the Candy Boost feature, which is this number here, then times 6, which is exactly 6,318. And that's all because I'm staying within the same level, level 21. The candy that you spend to reach the next level still counts as the Dream Shard cost of before you reach the next level. So we can actually add one more here. 13 is still 81 Dream Shard. Let's do the maths again. 81 times 13 candies, which is exactly what the standard cost showed, 1,053, times 6, 6,318. So that's what we're going to do first. But we got to remember this number because we're going to add that. All right, so 13 candies, and goodbye to my Dream Shards. We're gonna invest 6,318. Yep, done. All right, so we're gonna keep going with the Candy Boost feature, and we're going to add just enough to reach the next level. Now at level 22, the Dream Shard cost per candy is 85. And this time it's going to need 13 candies to reach that next level. So once again, if we ask the app how much that would cost, 85 Dream Shards times 13 candies gives you 1,105. And then you times 6 will give you the correct amount because again, we're staying within the same level. So once again, 85 times 13 candies times 6 is 6,630, which is correct, again, with the Candy Boost feature. So let's invest. Now, remember I said we were doing an example of 30 candies, so we're not quite there yet. We're at 26. We still got to invest 4 more candies with the Candy Boost feature. So again, I'm going to turn on the Candy Boost feature, and I know that at level 23, the Dream Shard cost is 88. And once again, if we do 88 times 4, you will get exactly 352. And if you times 6, you will correctly get 2,112. Once again, because we're staying within the same level, the numbers that show will correctly show times 6. Okay, so let's go ahead and invest that. So if we add all the numbers together now from our 3 investments, if you go back on my video, I said remember this number, and this number added all together from our total of 30 candies used, we get this number. So remember this guy? A few minutes ago, he said, look at this number, 15,060 Dream Shards. Now, the main thing to take away here is that you're not being ripped off. It is correctly 6 times the Dream Shard's cost. It's just that the standard number appears to be lower than it should be because you haven't reached the same level for the higher Dream Shard cost for the same amount of candies. But if you actually invest within the same level like I did, and then add it all up, you will actually just get the correct number at the end as they've indicated. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to explain in this game, and I think I'm still confusing a lot of people. But it's okay, all you have to know is that it works. The Candy Boost feature does work, and it doesn't cost you any more than what you thought. It just kind of looks like it. In fact, the way you should think about it is that the standard cost looks too low. And if you've wondered whether the developers have noticed this sort of visual dilemma, they have. If you click on details, they will say that the total Dream Shard consumption may be multiplied by 6 or more, which is actually not true. It hasn't multiplied by more than 6 times, it just looks like it has because of the standard cost being calculated at a lower level than that of the Candy Boosted. So their disclaimer here doesn't even make sense because they were right from the start, but I think they didn't understand what they were doing. So they just put the disclaimer in there in case anyone wants to complain. Shout out to Gulpin here for being my test subject, and shout out to all the Dream Shards I've lost. Press like to pay respects to Gulpin.